Somewhere inside you right now is a second set of genetic instructions, and it outnumbers your own by more than 100 to 1. It isn't science fiction. It's sitting in your gut right now as you read this. Your entire human body runs on a genome of about 20,000 genes. That's the blueprint written when you were conceived, and it hasn't changed since. But living inside your intestines right now are trillions of bacteria, and together, they carry a genetic library of well over 3 million genes. That means the microscopic organisms living in your gut carry more than 150 times more genetic information than you do. If genes were instructions in a manual, your body's manual is a pamphlet. The one written by your gut bacteria is a warehouse full of encyclopedias, and this isn't some harmless tenant quietly minding its own business. Your gut bacteria weigh somewhere between 1 and 2 kilograms, roughly the same weight as your entire brain. They break down fibers your own cells can't touch, manufacture vitamins your body can't make on its own, and train your immune system from the day you're born to tell friend from enemy. Here's the part that should really unsettle you. About 90% of your body's serotonin, the chemical most linked to mood and happiness, isn't made in your brain. It's made in your gut, largely under the influence of the bacteria living there. Your gut and your brain are wired directly together through the vagus nerve, a two-way line carrying signals in both directions, constantly. Change the bacteria, and you can change the signal. In laboratory studies, scientists have transferred gut bacteria from anxious mice into calm mice and watched the calm mice become measurably more anxious without touching a single neuron in their brains. The same kind of experiment, run with bacteria from lean versus obese mice, changed how much fat the receiving mice packed on from identical diets. Some of what you call your personality, your cravings, even your stress response, is being quietly co-written by an organism that isn't you. This isn't an infection. It's not something you catch and get over. You were essentially built to carry it. Babies are seeded with bacteria on the way through birth, and every meal you've eaten since has been feeding a population that, in a very real sense, helps run your body. So when scientists say you are mostly human, that claim gets shakier the closer you look. By gene count, the bacteria in your gut alone outnumber your own genetic code by over 150 to 1. You did not choose most of these organisms. You inherited some, absorbed others from food, from pets, from other people's kitchens. And they are, quite literally, helping decide how hungry you feel tonight, how anxious you feel tomorrow, and how much of that ice cream you're about to eat. The next time you make a decision that feels completely your own, remember, somewhere in your gut, a trillion-strong civilization with more genetic material than you'll ever have is quietly casting its vote too. Scientists have started testing what happens when that civilization gets swapped out entirely. In fecal transplants, a sick patient receives gut bacteria from a healthy donor, delivered directly into their intestines, and in cases of severe infection, cure rates run above 90%, far better than most antibiotics manage alone. Doctors have also documented stranger side effects. Some patients report shifts in appetite, energy, and even mood after a transplant, changes that track more closely with the new bacteria than with anything else in their treatment. Twin studies add another layer. Identical twins, who share essentially the same human genome, can still carry noticeably different gut bacteria shaped by diet, environment, and life history, rather than DNA. That means two people who are genetically as close to identical as humans get can still be running meaningfully different internal ecosystems, quietly steering two different versions of hunger, mood, and metabolism. Your own gut community has likely been rewriting itself in small ways since breakfast, shifting with every meal, every course of antibiotics, every stressful week. You didn't vote for most of the organisms currently living inside you, and yet, gene for gene, they still outnumber the instructions written in your own DNA by well over 100 to 1.